Good morning, friends. Welcome to Energy Engineering classes. I am V. Sushant Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Angadi Institute of Technology and Management. In today's class, we will study module number 2, diesel power plant. So before going to the discussion on module number 2, let us see the topics that are present. So basically module number 2 is divided into two sections. One is diesel engine power system and second one is hydroelectric power system. So in today's class we'll start with the diesel engine power system, and after that we'll go for the hydroelectric power system. So in diesel engine power system we'll study about layout of diesel power plant and how to start the diesel engine, and auxiliaries like cooling system, lubrication system, so how they work, filters, centrifuges, oil heaters, inlet and exhaust system. So we'll discuss the function of each component in this. Next, in hydroelectric power system we'll study about the hydrographs, flow duration and mass duration curves, and unit hydrographs, and few examples on this topic. Then we'll study different parts of hydroelectric power systems, like what is pondage, what is storage, what is pumped storage power plant, low, medium, high head plants, and what is the function of penstock, what is water hammer. We'll discuss about all this. Okay, let's go to the diesel engine power system now. Start the module 2 with the diesel engine power system section. Diesel engine plants are more popularly used plants among the internal combustion engine power plants. Diesel engines power plants are suitable for small and medium power outputs. The power output of diesel engine power plant varies from 2 to 50 megawatt capacity, and they are universally adapted to supplement hydroelectric. They are used as supplement for hydroelectric and thermal power stations, where standby generating plants are essential for starting from cold or under emergency conditions. Now let's have a look at the power production of from the diesel power plant in India. So as on July 31, 2013, the total diesel based power plants in India capacity is around 1199.75 megawatt. Normally, diesel based power plants are either operated from the remote locations or operated to cater the peak load demands. So in the next slide we'll just look at the table wherein we have different diesel power plants location and their capacities. So this table shows you the locations of diesel power plant across the India. So in Karnataka we have a diesel power station in Bangalore, okay, and its capacity is around 127.92 megawatt. In the same fashion, if you just go through, we have diesel power plants in different states. It's not in all states. In few states we have diesel power plants, like in Tamil Nadu we have Kerala, in Jammu and Kashmir we have Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Haryana. So in all these places we have diesel power plants. Applications of diesel power plant. So diesel power plants are used in peak load plants, like in hydro plants when the demand is more. So to support the hydroelectric plant we use diesel power plant, and it is used as a mobile plant. They are commonly used for mobile power generation and are widely used for temporary and emergency purpose, such as supplying power to the large civil works. Then we use this as a starting station. They can be used in combination with the thermal power plant as peak load plants to meet load demands. They can be easily started or stopped at short notice to meet the peak demand. So it can be used as emergency plant. For industries where power requirement is very small, in order of around 1000 kilowatts, diesel power plants become more economical due to higher overall efficiency. Diesel engine power plants are also used where power to be generated in small quantity or where standby supply is required for continuity supply, such as hospitals, a telephone exchange, radio stations. And the last application is central station. This can be used as central station where the capacity required is small, around 5 to 10 megawatts. The limit is generally decided by the cost of the plant and local conditions regarding the availability of fuel and water, space requirement, and non-availability of the grid. Next topic is layout of diesel power plant. The main component of diesel power plant is engine, and we have air intake system, exhaust system, fuel supply system, cooling system, lubrication system, and at last engine starting system. These are the main components of diesel power plant. So on the right hand side you can see the sketch. So diesel engine, and this is air supply system, and this is fuel supply system, and this is the exhaust system. Lubrication and cooling oil both are combined here. Okay, so this is the general layout of diesel power plant. So in the examination, if they ask the question with a neat sketch, explain the general layout of diesel power plant, you need to sketch, and you need to write few points regarding each system. In the previous slide we discussed about layout of diesel power plant, and in that I also showed you the different systems, the components of diesel power plant. So here we will I'll just give you introduction about different parts. So first one is the engine, which is a main component of power plant, and usually we have 2-stroke engine and 4-stroke engine. Engine is directly coupled to the generator where the power generation takes place. So next is air intake system. So it conveys fresh air into the cylinder, engine cylinder. We have filters which removes the dirt, and we also have supercharger, which is driven by engine itself. Supplies air at high pressure to the engine to provide sufficient air for complete combustion of the fuel. This increases the power output of the engine. Next component in diesel power plant system is exhaust system. It discharges engine exhaust to the atmosphere. So as the combustion process is spontaneous and takes place in a confined volume, it makes high level noise. To take care of this, an exhaust system is provided. It includes a catalytic converter, particulate matter filter, and muffler. So the function of catalytic converter is it reduces toxic gases and pollutants in the exhaust gas from an internal combustion engine into less toxic pollutants by catalyzing by a redox reaction. Redox reaction means it's combination of oxidation and reduction reaction. So in diesel engine we use different types of catalysts. We call them as diesel oxidation catalyst, DOC. So some of it consists of palladium, platinum, and the aluminum oxides. And next one, particulate matter filter. If there are any particulate matter present in the exhaust gas, so we have the filter. And next, at last, we have a muffler. It contains a series of baffles that damp the noise of engine combustion and escaping gases. So basically the function of muffler is to reduce the noise. Next one is fuel supply system. It comprises of main fuel tank, regular supply tank, fuel pump, pipes, strainers, filters, and heaters. So pump draws the diesel from storage tank to the day tank. So basically in fuel supply system we have two types of tanks. One is the main storage tank and second one is the day tank. So fuel from the main storage tank, it is first supplied to the day tank through pump, and from the day tank it is next supplied to the engine. So usually the day tank will be placed at a higher altitude, okay, at a higher altitude than the diesel engine, so that the diesel flows to the engine under the gravity. Okay, this is about the fuel system. The next component of diesel engine power plant is a cooling system. Usually the temperature of gases inside the cylinder will be very high, around 2000 degree Celsius. So if there is no cooling system provided, then the cylinder walls and piston will attain the temperature of gases and there will be wear and tear. So to avoid this, we use the cooling system. We have two types, air cooling and water cooling. So we'll study in detail about this cooling system in the further slides. Okay. So as of now, I'm just giving you the introduction about different systems, parts of power plant. So the next is lubrication system. Lubrication is flow of oil between two surfaces having relative motion. Important function of the cooling system are lubrication, cooling, cleaning, sealing and reducing the noise. Okay, so the main function of this lubrication system is it helps in cooling, it helps in cleaning, it acts as a sealing, and it also reduces the noise to some extent. And next component is engine starting system. To start the diesel engine, generally compressed air is used. Small engines use electrical motors operated by the dry batteries also. Okay, so engine starting system, how to start the engine. Okay, so these diesel engines, they are not like our automobile small engines, they will be very huge. So we need a separate system to start the engines. Okay, so we'll discuss again about this topic in our further slides in detail. So what are the different methods to start a diesel engine? So as I said, diesel engines that are used in power generation, they are very huge. The size of the diesel engines are very big. Okay, so we need a separate system arrangement to start the diesel engine. Okay, basically we have three types to start the diesel engine: compressed air system, electric starting system, starting by auxiliary engine. Okay, we'll see one by one. First one is a compressed air system. So in this system, air at a pressure of around 20 bar is supplied from an air tank at the engine inlet through inlet manifold. In case of multi-cylinder engine, compressed air enters one or more of engine cylinders and forces down the piston to turn the engine shaft. During the meantime, suction stroke of some other cylinder takes place and the compressed air pushes this cylinder and causes the engine shaft to rotate. Gradually the engine gains the momentum and by supplying the fuel engine starts the running. And the second one is electrical starting system. It consists of an electric motor driving a pinion which engages a tooth rim or engine flywheel. Electrical supplies for the motor is made using small electric generators driven by the engine. A storage battery of 12 to 36 volts is used to supply power to the electric motor. The electric motor disengages automatically after the engine has started. And the third one is auxiliary by auxiliary engine, a small engine. In this method, a small petrol engine is connected to the main engine through the clutch and gear arrangement. The clutch is disengaged and the petrol engine is started by hand, and then the clutch is gradually engaged and the main engine is cranked for starting. The clutch is disengaged automatically when the main engine is started. So these are the main three methods to start a huge diesel engine. So in today's class we discussed following topics. So we discussed about diesel engine power plants in India, their location, and how much of the power is generated using the diesel engine. Next we discussed about layout of diesel power plant, and we discussed about various components of diesel power plant and their function, and at last we discussed about methods to start the diesel engine. So in my next class we will discuss in detail about the components of diesel power plant and what are their functions. Okay, after that we will go to hydroelectric power plant. Thank you for watching the video.